When we think about financial success, it's easy to focus on the big goals: buying a house, retiring early, or becoming a millionaire. But the truth is, personal finance is a journey full of smaller wins that are just as important. These milestones not only show you're on the right track, but also give you a reason to celebrate the progress you've made. Whether you're just getting started or well on your way to financial freedom, here are some key financial moments that most people overlook. My name is William, and I help teach people about money, personal finance, and investing. If you're interested in improving your financial future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this video was helpful. When you finally reach the point where your income consistently exceeds your expenses, you've mastered one of the most critical financial skills: living below your means. While this concept might sound simple, and it is, it's something many people struggle with. As incomes rise, so does the temptation to spend more, upgrading your lifestyle, buying nicer things, and treating yourself to luxuries that might have been out of reach before. Mastering this skill is key to building wealth because it creates a gap between what you make and what you spend, leaving room for saving, investing, and paying off debt. Every dollar that doesn't go towards unnecessary expenses can be put to work in more productive ways, whether it's growing your savings, boosting your retirement fund, or reducing high-interest debt. In a world where consumerism is everywhere and the pressure to keep up is constant, it's easy to fall into the trap of lifestyle inflation. The more you earn, the more tempting it becomes to indulge in things you used to go without, whether it's a fancier car, a bigger house, or expensive vacations. But living below your means requires you to resist that urge and instead focus on long-term financial security over short-term gratification. If you've hit this milestone, it's definitely commendable. You've shown that you have the financial discipline to avoid lifestyle creep and keep your expenses in check, even when it's tempting to splurge. More importantly, this achievement opens the door to even greater financial freedom. Maxing out your retirement account for the year is a huge accomplishment, even if it's not the most exciting thing. Regardless, hitting the contribution limit is a big deal and something you should definitely be proud of. The limit for a Roth IRA, for example, is $7,000 for the year if you're under 50 years old. Putting all that cash into a retirement account can be difficult when there are so many other places the money could be utilized, but it takes foresight and long-term vision. In the short term, that account probably won't grow much in value. In fact, it very well could lose value. This discipline and forward thinking shows that you're not just getting by day to day, but you've got your finances in a place where you can really plan for the future. Hitting that contribution limit takes some serious discipline and smart money management. You've figured out how to balance your current expenses with saving for later, and that's not exactly easy to do. Plus, by maxing out your retirement savings, you're taking full advantage of tax breaks and letting your money grow over time. It's a huge step in the right direction, and even though it doesn't seem like much at the time, the rewards in the years to come will be exponential. It's way too easy to collect stuff that loses value over time, like clothes, gadgets, furniture, and other things we buy without much thought. We're all used to upgrading to the newest phone, getting a nicer car, or redecorating, but the reality is, as soon as you buy these things, they start losing value. In trying to build wealth while outpacing the losses on various items can be extremely difficult. While these purchases might feel good in the moment, they don't help grow your wealth in the long run. But when the value of your investments, like stocks, bonds, or real estate, finally surpasses the value of all these depreciating items, that's a huge moment. For example, when you have $10,000 in stocks and only $5,000 in various depreciating items, it shows that you've made the shift from spending on things that lose value to focusing on building real wealth, and you're tipping the scales in the right direction. Instead of sinking endless money into things that won't last, you're putting it into assets that can grow over time, whether it's a stock portfolio that's steadily rising or a piece of property that's appreciating. This shift is a big deal because it means you're thinking long-term. You've moved past just spending to meet immediate needs or wants, and now you're focused on the bigger picture, growing your wealth and creating a prosperous future. It's worth celebrating because it shows that you're playing the long game. You're investing in things that will actually benefit you down the road, rather than just buying more stuff. This milestone proves you're on the right track towards building lasting financial stability. Hitting a $10,000 net worth might feel like a small win when you think about all the major goals you have in mind, but it's actually a huge accomplishment that shouldn't be overlooked. For a lot of people, getting to this point means you've been able to pay off some debt, save a little bit of money, or maybe even start investing. Whether it's from consistently putting aside part of your paycheck, cutting back on expenses, or slowly paying down credit card balances, reaching that first $10,000 is a real accomplishment. Think of this milestone as one of the first big. It's like laying the foundation for a house. Without that solid base, nothing else you build on top will last. The $10,000 itself is just the start, but it's what it represents that really matters. It shows that you've learned to manage your money, that you've got the discipline to save, and that you're starting to take control of your financial future. This first $10,000 is also proof that you're developing good habits. Whether it's budgeting, cutting down on spending, or making smarter choices with your money, these are the things that will help you hit even bigger goals in the future. Getting here is often the hardest part because it takes time, patience, and a lot of small steps. But now that you've reached it, you've shown yourself that you can do it, and that's a big deal. Hitting $100,000 in net worth is a major achievement and a turning point in your financial journey. As Charlie Munger famously said, the first $100,000 is the hardest, but once you reach it, things start to get easier. By this point, you've likely spent years saving, investing, and making smart financial choices, building an emergency fund, managing debt, and investing in appreciating assets. By this point, you've implemented smart habits, and it certainly didn't happen by accident. This is the point where your money starts working for you, with compounding making your next $100,000 come much, much faster. Reaching this milestone shows that you're serious about getting ahead and truly building wealth. It's proof that you've developed strong financial habits and are now positioned for snowballing wealth. Chances are your assets are spread across many different items and accounts, and unless you're paying attention, you're not even going to realize you've reached this threshold, but it's one of the most significant milestones. This is a game-changing milestone. When your investments start making more money than your job does, you've entered a new stage of financial independence. For example, if you earn $50,000 a year at your job, once your investment portfolio consistently generates $50,000 annually, you've officially surpassed your earned income. In other words, if your portfolio increases in value $50,000 or more per year on average, you've exceeded your income, in this case. While you might have been earning passive income before, this is the point where it truly becomes significant and starts to grow even faster. It's indicative that you're no longer just relying on your paycheck. Your money is working for you in a powerful way. This is a huge achievement because it means you've built something that generates income without you having to put in the hours. It gives you more flexibility and freedom in both your work and life. Even though you'll still have years that are in the red, you've begun making exponential gains from your investments. Reaching financial independence isn't just about hitting one big goal. It's a series of smaller, meaningful milestones along the way. From building your first $10,000 in net worth to achieving lean financial independence, each step forward is an accomplishment worth recognizing. Celebrating these moments keeps you motivated and reminds you that financial success is a journey, not just a destination. So, whether it's your first big net worth goal or watching your investments grow, take the time to recognize these major milestones. Each step is a sign that you're moving closer towards the financial freedom that you've worked so hard to achieve.